Deshaun Watson has apparently listed his trade destinations with the New York Jets and the Miami Dolphins being the top two teams for him to go to. If he gets traded, which team would possibly trade for Deshaun Watson, and why is it the New York Jets? Let's eat.
What time is it? Game time! Boom!
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Edwin, aka King Jaloff, and we are back again, guys. This right here is some exciting news. I told people, bro. I told people that it's a possibility, and they didn't believe me, and now here we are. Deshaun Watson, who has apparently liked tweets for the New York media, liked tweets about New York trading for him, is now coming out and saying that, or at least it's reported that, his two trade destinations are one, New York Jets, and two, Miami. New York Jets are his top preferred trade destination. Oh my goodness. Let me just say this, man. If this happens, listen, you guys gotta see me. You gotta see me. Listen, I don't care what the case may be. I don't care about his contract. I don't care about what issues he might have as a player, what off the field issues he might have as a player. I don't care about his character, even though I kind of do. He's a good character. He's a good guy. But anyways, New York Jets, Joe Douglas, please, at all accounts, you make this trade when it happens, when it's time to make the trade. Because listen, this upcoming draft, right? If we decide to go the route of trading back, right, and keeping Sam Darnold, okay, that's fine. We build the team, and we get to see what Sam Darnold can do without, a poor supporting cast. He would actually have a good team, hopefully, in the free agency and in the draft, to surround him with players that can be competent enough to help him win. That's conducive to winning. Something that we haven't done in the past couple of years, the last decade or so. That's one thing. Two, if we go the route of if we go the route of drafting a QB, Zach Wilson, my favorite QB in the draft, or Justin Fields, Trey Lance, probably not, because Trevor Lawrence is pretty much gone, so he's not going to happen. But if you go the route of drafting one of those three QBs, whichever one that we fall in love with, doesn't really matter. Then we start off fresh. Now we have a new QB coach tandem, Robert Saleh and whoever it is, a new QB. But I will say this, that is always unproven. As in, it's obvious, everybody knows. The new QB that's drafted is unproven. You don't really know who he's gonna pan to be out like, and it's pretty much the same case for Trevor Lawrence too. Because even though he's such a great QB in college, generational type talent, we still don't know what he's gonna pan out to be. And I'm assuming he's gonna be really great, and I'm hoping that these QBs come out and be great, not just if we draft one, but the QBs in general. Whoever drafts a QB in this draft, I hope they get a guy that's going to work hard and do their best. But you still never know exactly what these QBs are going to bring to the table, right? Because bust is a real thing. Bust in the first round is a real thing. So now, Deshaun Watson, enter the conversation. You have entered the conversation. Guys, let me be honest, right? When was the last time the Jets had a competent QB? And I don't even want to count Sam Darnold in, because even though he played the past couple of seasons, he's still kind of young. He still has a lot of talent, but I attribute his struggles partly to him being in a bad system, in a bad coaching staff, all that, bad players around him, or mostly bad players, mostly a bad supporting cast. Previously a bad GM too. But obviously Sam Darnold gets some of that blame, and we will get to that later. But for right now, let's stick to the fact that he has pretty much nothing to work with. That's one. But other than him, when was the last time the Jets had a proven guy? I'm not even talking about a top 10, top 15, top 5 QB in the league. I'm talking about a guy that can get the job done and that can pretty much elevate the play of others, right? Never. It's a long time. It's a long time past the era of Mark Sanchez, and it wasn't even him that carried us to that AFC Championship game. Definitely not. So if we get Deshaun Watson, let me be clear. the NFL leading passer last year, 4,800 yards last year, had a career year, 70% completion, right? 33 touchdowns to just 7 interceptions. A career year for Deshaun Watson. This would be a dream move, not only for him because he's looking to get out of Houston, and for the New York Jets because we haven't had that guy for so long that I could say, yes, I'm happy. And before, I was rooting for Sam Darnold to do that, to be that guy. And if we do end up not trading for Deshaun Watson and trading back in the draft, then I'll still be rooting for Sam Darnold because obviously I can't root for anybody else. So I'm not going to root against the guy, especially if we have a better coach, a good GM, and hopefully the pieces to help him do it next year. But if he's not the guy and Deshaun Watson comes in, boy, will that be an upgrade. Now, guys, let me say this, because a lot of pundits, a lot of analysts have said this in the past about QBs and about their supporting cast, right? Even notably, Colin Cowherd said this about QBs and how they can only succeed if they have the supporting cast. And he mentioned only 2 QBs that can pretty much elevate the play of others. 2 QBs out of 32 teams that can elevate the play of others. Now that is a complete lie, because let me tell you one thing. Deshaun Watson last year, and I'll bet he did have a better supporting cast than the New York Jets last year. I mean, pretty much. He had a better running game, probably, better receiving core, but they're not really the best of the best. Like, they're still pretty much, if you ask me, they're the bottom half of the league. And I'm being nice because these guys are injured players who had potential once, and now they're just there, you know. But they still produced somewhat last season. Give them credit. But anyways, Deshaun Watson was able to elevate the play of those guys. Mind you, this is the worst supporting cast that he's had probably since coming to the NFL. He had guys like DeAndre Hopkins that he could throw the ball to. He had an okay running game. And now it's regressed to David Johnson, injured, but you know, he had an average year. He's throwing to the likes of Brandon Cooks, Kenny Stills, Will Fuller. These guys are okay, but they're not game changers. They're not at all. So you're telling me that Deshaun Watson had his career year throwing to these guys in a bad coaching system, you know, with no coach. Bill O'Brien's gone, even though he should have been gone a long time ago, but bad coaching system, bad supporting cast, pretty much not so good offensive lineman, and aside from Laremy Tunsil, obviously, and he put up career numbers. Now, QBs, despite the talent around them, can still elevate the play of others. And I've been saying this about Darnold for the longest because, listen, when you have Sam Darnold, and even though he's still young, has a lot to learn still. But hopefully you would hope for this guy to learn a little bit quicker, because we need him to learn a little bit quicker if we don't have any other options aside from him at the QB position next year. But anyways, he's been in the league for 3 years now. He has not done it for me in terms of elevating the play of others consistently. Because I know what people will say about Sam Darnold and try to defend his case about, oh, he has a terrible offensive line, he has a bad receiving corps, or pretty much below average receiving corps, no tight end, coaching staff is terrible. I get all of that. Now, aside from the coaching staff, he's playing out there, right? He's the one making the decisions. So he has to, at least for me as a fan, and I'm saying it, I'll be the first one to say it, he has to make the right decisions in order to elevate the play of others, which he has not done consistently. So that's the biggest issue for me. Sam Darnold, I know that he's talented, he has the tools, but he hasn't been able to elevate somewhat the players around him. You know, like, we're not terrible. Like, we have some talent. We're not terrible. We're not void of talent on the offensive side of the ball. We're not. Like, we have some promising prospects. People wouldn't really believe that, but I mean, I do. Like, that's the point. I do. And Jets fans, some of them believe too. And it's true. Like, we have some talent. And Sam Darnold, for me, hasn't been able to elevate the play of others, which is why I feel as though when an opportunity like this presents itself, when you have a franchise QB, top 10, top 5 possibly, QB in the league at the point, you got to make a move to get him. I don't care if it takes our second overall pick this year. Obviously, you ship Sam Darnold into that mix. I don't care if it takes another first-round pick, 2 more first-round picks. It doesn't matter. Because once Deshaun Watson gets here, and if he does get here, which I am predicting that we will trade for Deshaun Watson. Yes, you heard it here first. We will trade for Deshaun Watson. by the end of the offseason, and he will be a New York Jet. I am predicting that right now. It's my bold prediction. I'm sticking by it. But anyways, if we do get Deshaun Watson, imagine the type of team that we could build around him. We have money in free agency. We have enough draft capital to even warrant us making this trade and still getting good talent in the draft. So he's not going to be void of talent. If you ask me, if we do the right thing and we draft perfectly, not perfectly, but we draft good enough, he's going to have enough talent to at least succeed, which he has been doing for the past couple of seasons, especially this season when he had his career year without his best receiver, DeAndre Hopkins. So if he's a guy that can elevate play, it's pretty much we are a better team now with him in the mix, right? Because he's a guy that could bring up the play of others. And on top of that, we have a new coach, Robert Saleh, who I think the players will enjoy playing for him. He's going to change around the whole culture, the whole system, to the point where I feel as though that we have a bright future. I'm not going to say that we're going to play good, but we have a bright future in the next couple of seasons. Possibly even next season, you never know. Depending on what we do in free agency and the draft, it's all up from here for New York. So right now, guys, I'm saying that Deshaun Watson gets traded to the New York Jets for Sam Darnold, possibly the number 2 overall pick, the 23rd or I believe 22nd overall pick that we have in the first round, and possibly more draft compensation. But listen, I don't care what it takes. If a move like this presents itself to happen, Deshaun Watson, one of the best QBs in the league, and I think that everybody would pretty much agree with me on that aspect, that he's one of the best QBs in the league. Definitely top 10. Definitely top 10. Top 5 is probably arguably, but you know, he might be in that conversation as well too. But guys, Deshaun Watson, if he comes, New York Jets, baby. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say, you know. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. And also remember, like, you know, the Dolphins are also in the mix too, but I don't really think that they have the more draft capital that we have to warrant a move, to make a move for trading for Deshaun Watson. So we'll see how that goes. I could be wrong. I hope I'm not wrong, because listen, man, Deshaun Watson, for me, he would instantly rejuvenate this whole Jets fan base, New York, the team in itself, if he comes. But guys, anyways, forget about that. The New York Jets are obviously the winners, because if Deshaun Watson, one of the best QBs in the league, decides to make us his top trade destination, then that's a win on my book. That's a win in my book, guys. But anyways, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the video, to the channel, and always remember, as I grow, we grow together. Stay tuned for the next video. Boop.